Hey there, and welcome back. So I've been working with web development since 2012, which is almost now 14 years. And oh my gosh, now I'm having an existential crisis, and oh no. Okay, existential crisis somewhat subverted. Okay, anyway, and well, I obviously have a lot of experience, and there's always new people trying to get into web design and web development. So I guess it's probably a good idea for me just to share a little bit of what I learned, and really especially about how you can get started with web design and web development. So without further delay, let's get started. The absolute best way to get started with web design and web development is to learn. Even with all of today's AI tools, you still need to know the foundation. You need to know how it all works. AI will make mistakes, and it is up to you to spot them and fix them. It means absolutely nothing if you have AI build everything for your website, but it doesn't work and you don't know what to do to fix it because you don't understand CSS, HTML, JavaScript, PHP, and everything else. Learning still has a very important place in becoming a web designer and web developer, and taking the time now to learn will help you many times over down the road. I put links down in the description below to where you can start to learn web design and web development. Personally, I started with this book back in 2013 or 2012. And it taught me everything from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, MySQL, all of that. And it was a big help for helping me get that foundation. So make sure you take the time to learn what you need to do and what you need to know. To that end, learn the basics first. Learn HTML, CSS, and vanilla JavaScript. Understand HTML elements and how to use them, and especially how to use them correctly. Know how to style and design pages with CSS, and learn how to do basic JavaScript things without using any frameworks. Getting this foundation, and especially getting it early, will help you so much more down the road. Everything afterwards will make so much more sense. You'll be able to understand how to use React or Vue or any other JavaScript framework, any other language. It's just so much easier. And taking time now will save you a boatload of time down the road. I know there is a strong pull to want to create projects and websites using some sort of AI tool, and I get it. I've been using Claude Code for a lot of things recently, but I feel more confident using it because I have years of experience manually writing out code. Every variable, function, class, you name it. I understand how everything is supposed to look and work, so that when something goes terribly wrong, and it still does, I at least have a good idea of where to look to figure out the problem and craft a solution. If you jump right into AI coding, you're going to have none of that, and you won't have the experience to fall back on when something goes wrong. So take the time to create projects by hand and write out all of your classes, methods, functions, etc., so that you can build up that experience to know what to do when things go wrong and to code more confidently no matter what tool you use. Also, even if you're not really into web design, still take the time to look at and learn web design. If you're building stuff for the front end, and most people are, then you're a designer. You don't need to be an expert. Trust me, I am certainly not a web design expert, but you at least need to be familiar and comfortable with the basics. You need to know what looks the best, from fonts to colors to spacing and so much more. A great book to read is this book, the Non-Designer's Design book by Robin Williams. Not that Robin Williams. I recently got it, and it has just been a big help in sort of learning things. It talks about proximity, spacing, this is all sorts of things that have been really helpful for me. And I just read it a couple months ago, just to really start to get my design brain going and to look at design in a completely different way. And trust me, it will make you a better web designer too. Also, take a look at website designs. A great place for this, believe it or not, is actually Pinterest. I can't tell you just kind of how my Pinterest search history is when it comes to web designs. Trust me, it's interesting. You can find a ton of website designs there, and you can find what works for you and what you might be able to bring into the websites that you're designing and building. So as you get started, make sure you carve out some time to learn web design and look at website designs. Accessibility will always matter. Creating things that everyone can use, no matter what technology they use to browse the web, is critical. If you don't build an accessible website, it's not a good website. Period. End of story. This is something I talked about a lot. Trust me, you can take a look back because it's so important. So make sure that as you are learning and starting out, that you are understanding accessibility and how it works and how you can make accessible websites. Accessibility isn't about creating boring websites. It doesn't mean that you can't have a really cool design or maybe some subtle animations. It's about making sure that the designs you have the right color contrast, that you have settings for reduced motion if someone needs it, and making sure that you're using the button tag for buttons and not divs. Please, for the love of God, stop. Take the time right now to learn web accessibility and how to use it and how to do it right, so that you can create amazing websites that everyone can benefit from. As you can probably tell, this is going to take some time. You're not going to be an expert in 24 or 48 hours, trust me. And to be quite honest, you never really stop learning website design or web development. Trust me, again, I'm learning so many new things almost every day. If you're truly going to make it in this field, you have to take the time to learn. There's no shortcut you can take if you want to create amazing website. And no, AI will not do it perfectly for you. You still have to learn and you still have to put in the effort. So that's it for today. What questions or comments do you have about learning website design or web development? Be sure to leave those down in the comment section below. And to see more videos about web design and web development here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. But that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.